What's up, my Trinbago Vibe peeps? Welcome to another edition of Trinbago Vibes. But right now, as you can see behind me, I'm in Caura. Yes, so this is the Caura River. And this one we're doing Caura, but it's not what you think. In this one, we are actually going to review a book called The Ghost of Caura, a novel by Lyndon Baptiste. Now, the fun thing about this novel, right, and why it is I'm in Caura for this, because the author is from here. Now, as you know, when you hear Caura, when you think about Caura, you know it's about the river coming, let you go Caura for a lime, you know? But you don't really know the history and the story here about Caura and what happened back then and how the people were displaced. The villagers of Caura were actually shifted to Lupino. It's all explained in this book here. Now, this is the final book in this three-part local authors book series. Right, the final book. First, you got Susan Meets Mia the Mask by Shivani Ramata. Excellent children's book about the COVID pandemic. Then we got The Life of Dr. Ramkumir Chatur by Miss Rajwanti Bullock. This is the one is in South, in Siparia. It talks about life back then. This is the same 1940s, around that, 1952, early 1950s. If you haven't checked out the other two yet, I'll leave the link in the description below. Check that out. They were pretty good. Pretty awesome to check out. Now, let's go chat with the author, Mr. Baptiste, about this book right here in Caura. Let's do this, Trinbago Vibes. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am Rajiv. And this is how we do it. So, I'm here with the author, Lyndon Baptiste, Ghost of Caura. We're just going to ask him a few questions about the book, and yeah, so let's get into it. The first question I have to ask though is, what gave you the inspiration to write this book, especially like now, around this time, in this year?
Well, to tell the truth, I have been wanting to write this story about my life here in Caura ever since a little fella.
Yeah.
I am now 72, so you're talking about many years. This has been, this has been at the back of my mind. And this place has changed a lot. And as a little fella, I was always intrigued with the colonial presence in our country. And as time went by, from 1949 I was born, and in the early 50s, this dam might have been in the process of being built. But nothing happened with it. It so happened that the English were here, the British were here. And I felt that, their presence dominated our national instinct, but I really wanted to write about, in a nationalistic sense, our failure to challenge the English presence. And that's how the story of the cricket match that will ensue formulated. I don't know if anything that I said makes any sense anyway.
No, it would make sense once you read the book, because the book is basically a historical memory or memoir about here in Caura. And the thing is, like, I know when I was young and when I read in these styles of books, this is like Caribbean styles of books, you don't have a connection with the places. You're reading the story for literature. But like, because I've drive through Caura after reading this book the other day, and it's like, wait now, certain places you're mentioning book have me wondering, I wonder where was this cricket ground is, boy? Yes, I wonder where this church is, boy.
I was talking recently to a fellow in our area, and I was asking him, do you know Pool 1? And he said, yes, I know Pool 1. I'm always up there. I said, what do you know about the village beyond that existed in the 40s? And generally, young people know nothing about Caura, but they know Pool 1 and Pool 2. They know the river vibes and whatever, but they know nothing about the history. And it's sad when our history really is lost. I was one of those people, like, if anybody talk about Caura, I just know Caura River, yes,
Pool 1, Pool 2, that's it.
Yeah.
But reading this book is what got me more interested in the village and the history behind it. Now, I'm just going into the book itself, not to give away too much spoilers. Is it based on a true story, or?
It's based on a true story. Many aspects of it are, my experiences growing up here. It's based on a true story. The names in the book, they are real, so to speak, although we have a disclaimer saying that it's like fictitious, right? But the reason I did that was these people who lived after the dam was being built and had to migrate from the area.
Yeah.
They would never be known. They would never be known. So I chose names that reflected my past, my connection to them.
Okay. Because that would have led to the next question, like how much of this book is fiction and how much is non-fiction?
Well, you could say 3/4 of it is.
The Ghost of Caura by Lyndon Baptiste. Pretty awesome books. 3 pretty awesome books for you all to check out. Yes, we in Caura. Make sure and hit that like button and leave a comment below, because obviously I'll be giving away one of these books. So yeah, so make sure and leave a comment, hit that like button and share. Definitely worth it to check out for Christmas coming up. I know these days people stop reading and everything, but trust me, especially when you read like this Ghost of Caura, next time you come Caura, you will see it in a new light. You'll see things differently here. Trinbago Vibes. If you haven't checked out the first part in the series, check it out here. If you haven't checked out the second part in the series, check that out right here. And of course, subscribe and like if you haven't already. Thank you all. Until the next one, my Trinbago Vibes. I go on. Later.